Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be tackling the Guardian's Everyman crossword. This is published on a Sunday and today is the 28th of July 2024. I won't be publishing this video for a week because this used to be a prize crossword. I'm not entirely sure whether it's still a prize crossword, but if it is a prize crossword and there's a date to submit them, I don't want to put any spoilers out there on the web or on YouTube. So I'll publish it next week. If I've completely decided I won't be publishing it, but hopefully I can get it. They've been a little bit more approachable recently. They got a bit tough at one point, but they've become achievable again. So with no further ado, I'm going to crack on. So some clumsy, far from alert. Git given a fizzy drink. That's going to be an A in Git. Gosh. Cola, coal, git, don't know. Pulling wrestling move that binds. Pulling wrestling move is a half Nelson, and that's about a suplex. I would think move that binds, maybe there's an anagram in there, move that binds, not quite. Wrestling might be an anagram indicator, don't know. Okay, 2. Regularly unteach Mormons found in this state, so that's Utah. That's alternate letters of unteach, excuse me. Sweet book with Sussex setting. Brighton Beach? No. Brighton Rock, I think. Brighton Rock. I think that's a Graham Greene novel I seem to remember from somewhere. Not read it, so. Agreed. That's an extract from it. Okay, so we got let's talk about it. Got the ellipsis there at the end. Sweet book with Sussex setting, and then we go on to the next clue, and the next clue says agreed. That's an extract from it. Now, I don't know. Quite often when they've got those, it means there's nothing really connected, but they just do it. Not sure. Extract from it might be on, something on. I'm going to put on in there just in case that helps me. Angry Charlotte and King Edward's unwanted issues. I mean, King Edward, those are potatoes. Hot potatoes? I think hot potatoes are an issue. Hot is angry. Potatoes are those. Are Charlotte and King Edward's, and unwanted issues are hot potatoes here. Safari Centre sees Everyman fatigue about Scotsman after capsizing. Whew! Safari Centre. So what am I after capsizing? I mean, there's a lot of, am I trying to capsize a Scotsman? Capsizing, is that a definition? I mean, either we're trying to get to safari or capsizing, I would think. Centre sees Everyman fatigue. Tire. I've got an O in there to get somewhere. Scotsman is normally Ian. Abrupt Scotsman. Fatigue, abrupt Scotsman. Mac, could be Mac actually. Let's put Mac. I don't know. Let's leave that for a bit and just come back to it. Next one. Accepting only some commands of orthodontists, etc. Accepting only some commands of orthodontists, etc. I mean, that looks potential for a anagram, those kind of letters, but I can't see any indicator there. I think it's too many letters. And orthodontists to do with teeth. Something about the teeth. 2 teeth. So look at these across as possesseth, headgear, tis put on a horse. Just seeing if there's a hidden word there. Okay, the tis with an apostrophe probably means take off a letter from something. Crown, owns, I think that's owns. So headgear is crown. Possesseth, owneth. The fact we haven't got possesseth is own, owns, but then we've got on horse, maybe needs an H in there. Ugh, there's something weird going on there. I'm going to leave that without a letter in it just to remind me it's wrong. Fake some deaths where people might be living. That might just be a nice little anagram for us. There's 2 S's in fake sorry, some deaths. That's a weird anagram indication it is some deaths. Shed, I saw shed there, I don't think. Shed, semi-detached, no, there's no I for semis. Gosh. Homestead. I think that's homestead. Let's put it. That's why the H is there. Homesteads. Let's see if that fits. I think that is. Fairly confident of that now. Homesteads. Yep. Which. So. Hat. Oh, they are. Hat. Tis put on a horse. It is put on a horse. H for horse. I think it's hath. You know, that's the old version of to own, isn't it? He hath that. First man to block America first. First man, Adam. Why is that Adam? To block America. First man is Adam. To block America. AM first. First, DA. Accepting only some commands of orthodontists, etc. Add to. Not convinced by Adam, but because I can't pass the latter part of it. Oh, block is damn, isn't it? Yeah, so damn and then America first, but the A first. Okay, that is Adam. And to accepting anything, I don't know. Let's move on. Shrinking baked good. That looks like an anagram of baked good. It'll keep you in shape. Let's try it. I don't know. Don't know if that'll be any good. It'll keep you something diet, isn't it? Let's put diet in there. Yeah, I want to say Atkins diet, which I don't think it is. Baked good. It'll. Oh, too many letters. Shrinking baked good. Okay, it's not an anagram, but I think it's I think it is a diet of some sort. Tedious far side of Stromboli, so that's an I. Disruptive smoker. Smoker normally in that disruptive smokers normally something to do with Etna. There's a knee there from Homestead, so I don't think I've got any hidden words. There's the only there's knee there and there's knee there. Tedious. Yeah, disruptive smoker. Is that an anagram of smoker? Let's try I smoker in there. Everyone does quite like his anagrams. Irksome, there we are. Irksome, it was an anagram. Very good. Nice. Shrinking baked good. Maybe, no, can't be. It'll keep you in shape. God. After capsizing. Okay, let's move on down. Ripped off like a dart. Like a dart. Speared. Ripped off. Is not an anagram of ripped off. Arrowed. Arrowed. Fletched. Flighted. Can't be flighted. Arrow. Could be arrowed. Don't know. Let's see what else we get. Let's go back up to this one. A long, powerful harmonic object rendered naturally. So that's ALP. Alphorn. Okay. A long, powerful harmonic object rendered naturally. Principally. So Everyman loves his first letter clues. He usually throws in one. So there it is. That's this week's, and that's nice to get because pretty much anyone can get that if they spot it. Because he always uses principally. He uses primarily normally, but in this case he's principally. So they're normally easy to spot as well. Director, light-hearted fellow, equips place with milkmaids. That's a dairy something, isn't it? Dairy farm, dairy shed, director, yeah, director, airy, fellow, equips, places, equips, yeah, milkmaids, dairy farms, fellow, arms, yeah, equips, arms. I said dairy farm, didn't I? Which is why it didn't fit. As delivered, proper ceremony, right, ceremony, and as delivered being used as a sound like there for proper, right. If it's right, good and right. Look at this one in the anagram helper so I don't have to scroll down. Nauseous, oily, not a little lugubrious. I think that's soil, hidden word of soil. I don't know what lugubrious means if I'm honest, but I'm going to put that there for now and see what we've got. Inflamed, each lech is maybe it isn't, mostly shown involuntary movement. Makes me think it's like tick actually. Tick, which means that isn't what I thought it was. Let's go back to it. Nauseous is sick. Sick. Nauseous is sick. Oily, not a little lugubrious. Okay, I will go with that being sick, but I can't think why it's sick. Let's see. Let's leave that for a minute until I'm sure of what's going on down here. They describe pupils' behaviour, reports, explosions. Oh, let's try and spell report. Yeah, just overtyped Brighton Rock. Okay, inflamed. I'm going to come back to that as well. Euros for brioche, something bread, isn't it? So French bread. Very nice. French bread. There we are. Brioche is a French bread, and euros are the currency. So bread and readies is being used. Magnificent muesli in mix. Bachelors ingested. So muesli, sublime. Anagram of muesli. Sublime. There we go. What's this one? Inflamed. Each lech is mostly, or lex, sorry. Each lex mostly shown involuntary movement. Involuntary movement is normally a twitch or a tick. Each leg. Inflamed away. I don't want to think about that at the moment. I want to move on to something I can think about. Hoarding Williams canned food. Gosh. I've got two eyes. I mean, it looks like an anagram Williams, which is 8 letters, and then where am I getting the other two from? This one. Anagram helper. Miserable poet on the up. That's drab and bard. So that's drab because we're after miserable, and a bard going upwards. So that's good. And this one, tennis legend Arthur Ashe, showing evidence of fire and energy. Yeah, Arthur Ashe. Ash for evidence of fire, and then E for energy. This must be a tibble, some kind of tibble word. Cyber E, call out what some junk may be. Gosh, recyclable. Is that an anagram? Cyber E call? No, there's no T in there. Although it would cyber 6, 8. Have I got that one right? The T. Maybe okay, I haven't actually got that one yet, so maybe it isn't diet. Maybe that's my problem. I think that's an anagram of cyber E. Cyber E. That is recyclable, isn't it? E call out. Yeah, recyclable, that's going to be. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure that's recyclable. Cyclable. Have I spelled that right? Cyclable. That was an interesting little clue there. Let's have a look at that. Cyber E call and then out, so it's an anagram indicator. And what junk may be. Call E. What some junk may be. Recyclable. Recyclable. There we go. Boom. That's interesting. But that isn't what I thought it was. It will keep you in shape. It's like will. Willpower. So that's something to do. It will. Okay. So look at this one down. Poet, husky in voice. Oh. Poets. Husky in voice is horse. Gosh, not sure about that one. Not very good on that one. This one, hoarding Williams, canned food. Tins, something. Yeah, hoarding Williams, canned food. What's this one again? Ripped off like a dart, so... Oh. This one. Shrinking baked. It'll keep you in shape. Backward. I think it's backward something. Backward. Is it backward? And if it is, why? Why is it backward? Shrinking baked. Good. What's a baked good? Gosh. Okay, well, let's go back to some of these ones up here. I didn't really look at some of those. Some clumsy, far from alert. Now I remember why I didn't look at it for too long. Stumbling. Far from alert is bumbling. Git, given a fizzy drink. Clues. When you're asked to think of a synonym for git, assuming it is, unless it's cola. I mean, if that was a C, clumsy, clumsy, far from alert. I mean, doesn't really look like it's anagrammable. Hasn't got enough. It's got 6 letters. That's got 3. That's got 3. Doesn't add up. And there's no B anyway. So forget that idea. Agreed. That's an extract from it. I mean, actually, Alporn does have an on in it, on or an in. Agreed. I would think agreed is something like, if you agree, you decide on. You. Which is why I put on in there. Agreed. That's an extract from it. Spot on. Pulling wrestling move that binds. That binds. So pulling wrestling move that binds, I think is the clue. So I think we're looking for something that binds is probably something like a tie. Safari Centre sees Everyman, fatigue, abrupt Scotsman after capsizing. So abrupt Scotsman. I need to go to these again. Accepting only some commands of orthodontists. I kind of want that to be tooth, but I don't think it can be tooth. Because I can't think what it would be. Orthodontists, etc., etc. What does that etc. do for us? And so, add so. There's not a lot of words that can go in there. That can only either be I would think that can only be a D or an N for and or add. And that can only be S or a T, most likely. Add to accepting only some commands. Some is quite often using a clue to indicate a hidden word, but I don't think we've got a hidden word in there. Orders, some kind of orders, but orders doesn't fit. Let's go and see if I can decipher what this one is. Inflamed, each lex, mostly shown involuntary movement. Apoplectic, there we are. Apoplectic, I don't know how to say it. Inflamed. There's a purr in there, is there? Apopeptic. I'm going to put in apoplectic because I think it's right. Apoplectic, but I don't know why that would be right. Let's have a look. Each is normally per, which is more of a each lex. Is that an anagram of each lex? Mostly. Each. I've got an H in there, have I? Shown involuntary movement. Maybe it isn't. Maybe this is wrong as well. Let's take those out for a second. Let's even take out these two down here. Each. Okay, so each is either EA or it can be per. And that's about the only place per would fit. Inflamed. Lex, I don't even know what lech is, or lex, mostly. Shown involuntary movement. Spasm. I'll look at this one down here, see if I can just decipher why that would be. I think that is sick, but oily would be slick. Ah yes, not a little ludicrous. So I think that's slick, slick becoming sick, taking out the L. But I'm not entirely sure that not a little lugubrious. I think that's sick though. In which case that needs to really should be that. That one's going nasty. I'll come back to that. Another thing I'm coming back to. Many things I'm coming back to today. Hoarding. Williams canned food. I mean, canned food is tinned. Hoarding Williams. Bills. So bills with an S on the end. Bills. Fairs. No. Canned food. Stores, maybe stores in there. Bill stores. Bill stores is not a word, is it? Let's be honest. Ugh. So, definitely ground to a halt on this one. At this point, there's every chance this will not ever make a YouTube publish. Shrinking baked good. It'll keep you in shape. Shrinking is baked good. It'll keep you in shape. It's like roll, isn't it? Backward roll. There we go. Is that backward roll? I mean, a backward roll would keep you in shape. Why that is? Baked good is a roll. Shrinking. Okay, you're backward. I think you're going backwards, aren't you? Backward roll. I'm entirely confident about that, but ripped off like a dart. What's ripped off? Ripped off is, that's probably going to be ED, isn't it? Thought that helps me. I mean, if that was tooth, then that would be a T. If that last word is tooth. Ripped off like a dart. You throw darts, arrows. Ripped off, plastered, plated. My poet question here, this is husky in voice. Poet, husky in voice. Do I know any poets beyond the obvious suspects of Wordsworth, Browning? Not an area I'm very good on poetry, if I'm honest. Probably something like the Brontes did, I don't know. I know they wrote books, but I'm sure they did a few poems along the way. Husky in voice. Is that actually a husky like a dog in a voice? A voice would be, don't know. Cool. This bit up here is annoying me actually, because I should be doing better up here, really. Apart from alert is, makes me feel like there's an able there somewhere. Oh. I mean, if that was an able, what would that help me? Would that help me at all? Safari Centre. I mean, the centre of Safari is FA. But I don't know what I'm doing with that clue otherwise. Far Centre sees Everyman. Everyman is me. Fatigue. Abrupt Scotsman after capsizing. Ian. Doesn't really look like a word I-O-A-I to end. Only could be. So what's a safari? It's a tool. It's a browser as well. Sometimes throws things like that in there. But yeah, not really getting anywhere on that one. Pulling a wrestling move that binds. That binds. Oh, if that is an NG. Can we right on? Agreed. That's an extract from it. Right on. Oh yeah, look, right. Oh look, Brighton Rock has. Oh look, Brighton has an extract of right on. That's a. I have to say, I like that one. I mean, the thing about Everyman is sometimes the clues are just a bit too difficult for someone of my capabilities. I'm not an expert solver. I'm a competent solver most of the time. I can decode clues, but um, sometimes he does have a really good kind of breadth of knowledge and ability to do things like this that are quite clever. Um, slumbering, I think that is. Lumbering and slumbering, yes, lumbering and slumbering, there we go. Slumbering, far from alert, slumbering, okay. Is this Nairobi? Safari Centre, okay, yeah, that would be right. And Ian is a Scotsman who's capsized. Fatigue. Roby. I bore. I think that's Nairobi Safari Centre. I is Everyman. Fatigue, abrupt. Scotsman. Bore. I guess boring. And Scotsman is Ian. Not quite sure of the exact passing there, what the BOR bit's doing. I mean, Rob could be a Scotsman, but I don't think it is. In this, I don't think that's what he's looking for. Okay, what's this? That binds. I think that's a tie, but I don't know what kind of tie it is. Pulling. Wrestling move that binds. I'm sure it's a tie. Let's have a look at this. Git, given a fizzy drink, so... I mean, the A can either go there or it can go there. I was going to say sop for soap, but sop for sap. Soap, but I don't think you drink soap. In fact, I know you don't drink soap. So, soup. Soup's not really a drink either. What am I doing? If I go with the A there, amazing. Pulling, hauling tie. I don't think so. Move that binds. That binds. I think that binds is what we're looking for. Wrestling move. Is that an anagram of wrestling? Pulling. I don't think so. Jeez. Git. Git given a fizzy drink. So fizzy drink is. I mean, is it? I hope it is a fizzy drink. Given that he's given us Git to work with. I mean, if you want to make life difficult, you have just a drink, wouldn't you? Unless you'd say, yeah. And then you're looking for two things that are synonyms that could be from a whole range of possibilities. Drink. Come on, this should be wine, beer, ale, soda, sod. Sod is a Git. Yeah, I had cola. What is soda on? Soda. Sod. Git. What I used to use to swear at people when I was about 11 years old. And we didn't want to say anything too rude. So, drawing. Drawing tie. Pulling. Drawing. Wrestling move. Drawing. Move that binds. Drawing tie. Wrestling move. Drawing pin. Pin, there we are. Drawing pin, that's more like it. You pin someone in wrestling. Yes, good. Okay, so what have we got left? We've got 1, 2, 3 of the downs and 2 of the acrosses. Okay, not too bad. Inflamed each lex. Lech is, which one was apoplectic? I'm tempted to just throw in apoplectic just to get rid of it. I mean, if you're inflamed, you are apoplectic with rage, and you are inflamed. I just can't see why that is apoplectic. Each lex. Apoplep. I think it's apoplectic. I may have to grab my phone and just check apoplectic means what I think it means. I'm going to do that. I'm going to a little bit of cheating going on, but as there's no check facility on this one, and we aren't going to get an answer till next week, I'm just going to look up apoplectic and check that apoplectic. Okay, there's a C in there. Apoplectic. Overcome with anger and furious is the informal definition. So apoplectic. Why that would be apoplec? Okay, there's the lek part. Lek, mostly, each, apop, each. Not sure. I'm going to leave it there. That'll be one I query myself about. What have we got here? Hoarding. Can't be. I'll put carnivorous or omnivorous in there. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's have a look at this because something add to mouth. There's a mouth thing there. Commands. There's a mouth. I'm sure it's mouth. Oh, well, I've put the T in there, but I put T in there for tooth, didn't I? And to anti-mouth, accepting only some. Commands of orthodontist, eccentric. I mean, nil by mouth is what they say when you go for an operation. Open mouth. I think that's mouth, but I don't know what the words before that. And to mouth. Add to mouth. Add to mouth. Ooh, ripped off like a dart. I mean, it may not be that because of this clue. What's a dart? Charted. You have to have a little kind of alphabetical. Unlikely to be a Z, X. That could be something like charted. Not likely to be a V, but could be. Blasted. Dart. What's a dart? Arrow. It's. You throw darts, they're very sharp. Flights. Ripped off. I mean, ripped off like a dart. I don't know if we're looking for ripped off like taking a plaster off or a bandage off quickly, or whether it's saying scammed. N M. A lot of things can go a vasted, a bastard. Possible. Grafted. As a. I wonder if that's an as a. And then an anagram of dart would be as. Don't think so. I don't think that's an anagram of like a dart. Oh, sorry, anagram of dart. Roasted. Let's have a look at this down here. Hoarding Williams canned food. William is Bill. Billboards, hoarding. Billboards, hoardings. There we go. Canned food. Williams is Bill's. Canned food is board. Okay, you go for board and lodgings. Board means you get paid, given food at that place. So, good example there of where I can break down clues after I get them, but not necessarily get to them. Gosh, poet, husky in voice. Creely, husky, horse. So I need to think. No, I need to think about what I'm going to have here. BRE. Breely, Creely, Dreffley. I would think that there's another L there. I mean, it could be something like Elky or something. I can't think what other letter. I mean, you can have other letters in there, but LRY, LSY, Drawsy. Seem a bit unlikely, really. In which case, let's go back and put that in there. If that's an L, I don't know. It may not be. I'm thinking smelly now, which clearly isn't right. What could that be? Maybe not an L. I don't know. R. Poet. Husky in voice. Orally. Feel out. Freely. A. Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is. I don't know. Oh gosh, that's a Shelley. I have heard of Shelley. Shelley. Husky in voice is Shelley. There's no hidden word there. Not husky in there. Voice. SEY. Shy. I don't think so. So what's this? Ripped off. Started. If it's a T, of course. Shafted. Ripped off is shafted. And so finally, what's this? Accepting. I mean, this is just a phrase I don't think I know really. Okay, let's go through. It can be. Let's just go through what that can be. AWAE. Ard. Unlikely. TY. Ord. Aid. Aid to mouth. I think aid to mouth is most likely. Aid to mouth. Accepting and some commands. I'm going with aid to mouth. So there we go. Well, I'm not sure about that one. I'm just going to do a quick run through of what I see there. Sun lumbering. Clumsy is lumbering. Far from alert is that. Is slumbering. Hath. Hath is the old word for possesseth. Headgear is a hat. And horse is H. Pulling is drawing. You draw water. You pull water up in a well. And a wrestling move is to pin someone, and that drawing pin binds something in. Adam was the first man. To block is damn, put the A of America first. So A and then damn. Angry. Angry is hot. Charlotte and King Edwards are potatoes, and unwanted issues are hot potatoes. Alphorn, a long, powerful harmonic object rendered naturally, principally, so take the first letters of all those words to get to Alphorn. Irksome, tedious far side of Stromboli, so the far side of Stromboli is the eye, so here's the near side, there's the far side, the eye, and it's disruptive smoker, so anagram of smoker gives us irksome, which is tedious. They describe pupils' behaviour, so you get your school report, and explosions and gunshots are reports. Ripped off, if you get ripped off you get shafted, and like a dart has a shaft. So it's shafted. Euros for brioche, so brioche is a type of French bread, and euros are French bread, as in money being a slang for bread. As delivered, proper ceremony, so as delivered saying it's a sound like of proper, which is right, and ceremony being a rite. Hoarding is a billboard, or hoarding, billboard. Billboards. I mean, surely there should be an S on the end of hoardings there, if we're looking for a plural word. Williams is bills, and it's canned, it's containing food, which is board and lodgings. I think this is nauseous is sick, and oily is slick without the L. Not a little, so a little lugubrious. Take just the L of lugubrious. Take that out of slick gives you sick. And recyclable was an anagram, a very good anagram of let's have a look at it. Cyber e-call, anagram of cyber key e-call. out being the indicator, and what some junk may be. Recyclable. So I'm going to the anagram indicator there, just so I don't scroll my screen up and down. Git is a sod, and given an A makes it a soda, a fizzy drink. Regularly, letters of unteach gives us Utah, and Mormons are found in Utah. Sweet book with Sussex settings, so Graham Greene wrote Brighton Rock, I think it's Graham Greene, and his sweet book, so he's describing the title, and Sussex. Brighton is a place in Sussex on the south coast of England. Agreed, right on man. That's an extract from it, so actually these two clues are linked by the ellipsis, and right on is hidden away in there, right on. Like that clue, very good. Safari Centre sees Everyman fatigue abrupt Scotsman after capsizing. So capsizing is saying go upwards. Everyman is I. Fatigue abrupt, so B-O-R, I think that's bore with an E on the end, but abrupt means only take the first parts of it. And then Ian is our good old Scotsman. Scotsmen are almost always Ian or Mac in crossword land. Accepting only some commands of orthodontists, etc. So, not sure about this one as an answer, but I think it's aid to mouth. Fake some deaths where people might be living, so fake is being used as an anagram indicator, and some deaths is an anagram of homesteads, which is where some people might live, where people might be living. Shrinking baked good, it'll keep you in shape, so doing backward rolls will keep you in shape. Shrinking baked good. Shrinking is to go backwards, I think, and a baked good is a roll. Director, light-hearted fellow, equips places of milkmaid, so we've got director as D, air is light-hearted, and then fellow F, and then if you equip someone, you arm them, so equips is to arms, and places of milkmaids are dairy farms. I'm not sure they have too many milkmaids these days, but that's the place. Inflamed is apoplectic. Each lex mostly shown involuntary movement. So I'm fairly confident involuntary movement is a tick, and I think we've got the lek, most of lek there, leches. I don't know what the word is, leches. So a pop each. I'm not sure why a pop is each, and again it might be a shortened word, or I may just have the clue wrong. That's the other possibility, quite possibly. Magnificent muesli in mixed bachelors ingested. So we've got an anagram of muesli with a B put into it, ingested into it, mixed up. So that gives us sublime, which is magnificent. Let's anagram helper again. So poet, Shelley was a poet. Husky in voice. Apparently you'd be a bit Shelley if you're husky. Not really confident about that one, but okay, fair enough. Miserable poet on the up, so we've got bard. This is down close, so bard going upwards means drab, which is miserable. So grey and drab, miserable. Oh, and the next clue, got good old Arthur Ashe. So tennis legend. I think if you get a tennis legend in crossword land, and especially if it's 4 letters, then it's going to be Arthur Ashe. I think it's the Wimbledon winner in 1974, as well as some US Opens. Evidence of fire is ash, and energy, stick an E on the end of it. So I think that's the whole thing done. Yep, there we go. So all done. I have to wait until next week to see if it's correct, but got there eventually. A little bit of perseverance. Saw me stumble through that. Or maybe I was still slumbering from earlier. Anyway, if you've got any questions about any of the clues, then put something down in the comments and let me know if you can decode why apoplectic is so, or aid to mouth otherwise, and Nairobi I think is the other one I couldn't really decipher properly. But otherwise, thank you for watching.